and I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, though they lies and hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga, I'm glad I don't hear one word they say shit like people humming one up, he might use his right first. Sucker up and sell another cop discretion, nigga. He ain't make this the exorcism. Watch out, bless the nigga. Put that open blood, then you know I'm going back in action. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me break you, rappers say they spin, I ain't listening. It's effective. Revenge was a woman, still that bitch like Jackal Town. We gon' run the summer. It's gon' be in store. They make you play, make them niggas caught on. As you run this shit, but the question is rhetorical. I'm no me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers. Hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't be do baby. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas. Pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder. Claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit life. It ain't on who got this gun. It's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead. Just raise up the chain. Bring shots of a like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that speaks, but you will never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%. I don't want to hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody want to be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want this shit laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign. Yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jake when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fierce taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his child into a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantula. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that's sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit Asian, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Round with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
court to God. The white man is the devil. See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop it, ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, ass shit, stop it, ass shit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. You know, like we all come together. You know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and no, boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm gonna step up silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ass shit, the prophets. That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? You devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
All right, everybody, clap it up. This is the Israelite School. Am I good online? Just check the audio online before we get started, all right? This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under Commanding General Yohana, established in 1969. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Teach the truth according to the Bible, that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people, all right? All right, today's class is going to be a class. Is it too loud? Is it too loud online? It's good. Yellow one, you good back there? All right, so tonight's class is going to be in lieu of the P. Diddy trials and what's going on with P. Diddy and how he and many men like him are looked at as the cream of the crop. They're looked at like, they're looked at as the prize, the people that are, that are the most desirable for women and just everybody on the earth. I mean, look at all the Christian pastors. I mean, surely men like Diddy and Christian pastors who have so much money and, and teach such good things, right? Surely not even are they the people that we should, love and adore, but it's probably believable that these people are, the Lord is with them. That the Lord is with these brothers. I mean, look at these churches and these mega churches and these suits that they wear. Look at the cars that they drive. Look at the clothes. Look at the food that they eat. I mean, the dishes that they're eating are $20,000 dishes. They're eating food that cost them a house. You understand what I'm saying? Like, surely the Lord is with them. Well, that's what the class today is about, because when you look at men like Diddy and you look at men like TD Jakes and so many other so-called high value men, what you don't really see is that these men are wolves. These men are wolves. That you're looking at this man and looking at them for what you regard as value. And what we always find out is that these people are predators, man. These people are predators. P. Diddy and your pastor alike, they're predators. And they prey on the weak. They prey on the poor. They prey on us, man. Sisters that end up with men that are looking for them a high value man. Well, guess what? High value men prey on women. They look for women that are simple. They look for women that are weak, mentally weak, that grew up not having nothing, that grew up struggling and grew up in a broken household and a broken family. And they look for you. They look for you to coerce you, to teach you this lifestyle that they live, to intrigue you and play on your insecurities, play on your poverty, play on your foolishness, because you were born without you were raised without knowledge, the knowledge of the Lord, and they prey on you, man, and they're predators, and that's what today's class is about. It's going to be about what does it mean to be a man of high value. What does it mean to be a man of high value? We're going to start today with Luke. I'm going to start today in the book of Luke. All right. Take me to Luke chapter 12, verse 15. We're going to see today what the Lord says a man is that has high value. And maybe then we can be able to stop having, maybe then we can have less victims in the earth, right? There'll be less victims, because now when we look at the men that you believe are high value, now we start to uncover a line of victims. Turn this mic down a little bit, Yalawan. It's the one furthest to the right. All right, just a little bit. That's good right there. I can still hear like a little squeal. But nonetheless, right? These are the men that are now you're starting to see has a line of victims that they've been manipulating, that they've been abusing, that they've been taken advantage of. And now we can point out what a real high value man is according to God, and we can save more lives. That's what we'll do today. We'll save more lives by telling you what a real high value man is, so that you can love and you can trust to be your husband, to be your brother, to be your leaders. Go ahead and give me what I asked for, all right?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 15.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them, take heed.
Take what?
Take heed.
Take heed. What does it mean to take heed? What does it mean to take heed? Go ahead, Doc.
To listen.
That's right. Listen. Listen. It's on a high alert. Like, it's a high alert. Like, this is important. This is a warning to you. Take heed. Watch closely. Do like Shamar. Watch real close, like security type of watching. You understand? Like for dangerous things that the Lord is that Christ is about to warn you about. Take heed. Go ahead.
And beware of covetousness. Covetousness.
Yep, covetousness. Now, see, this is the thing. This is the part right here. Like, so many people they miss the warnings. They miss the warnings. They miss the red flags. They don't see them. You understand? They don't see the red flags. You want to know why? Because your red flags that you were taught by your mama, they don't even exist. Because they're not teaching you about red flags. They teaching you about what they didn't have in their life and they think is going to be best for you. What are some of those things?
For a man's life consisted.
Hold on, no. I'm asking the question. Like, what are some of those things that women or even children or people are taught to look for in a man or a leader? Go ahead. You call?
It's like, if I may, in order for a man to be, quote unquote, a great man in today's society, he's got to have a good paying job.
Yep. Money.
He's got to have a nice house to stay in.
That's right, brother. His assets. That's right. You right on there with that one, brother. Like money and assets, credit. Those are the things your mama and your mamas is teaching these children. That's a man of God right there. Look at how wealthy he is. That's a man of God. Don't get you a man unless he has money. That's a good husband, a man that got a good job, that's working hard and got a good job, and got a house and a car. How he gonna be able to take care of you, and he don't got no house and no car and none of these things? Well, right now we reading right now. What color is these words written in?
Red.
These words are written in red, brother. And I mean, can anybody argue with me when I say that Christ was a high value man? I don't think any sister would ever argue with me if I said, is Christ a high value man? I don't think any of them will ever argue with me. But tell me, how much wealth did Christ have? Tell me how much assets did he have? What assets did Christ have? What success did he have?
It's like, if I may, Christ didn't even have a place to lay his head, sir.
He didn't, brother. He didn't. He didn't even have a place to lay his own head, let alone a mansion. You understand? Or a big, nice house with 17 rooms and 10 bathrooms. Right? I'm sure Diddy probably got houses in every major city, in New York and Cali. You understand? He got a house in Miami. I'm sure he does. But Christ didn't even have his own home to even just a place to lay his head. Where they say a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. He didn't even have that. Now let that sizzle on your spirit. Because sisters say that Christ is a high value man. According to what? That's what I would like to ask sisters today that's in the world, that when they get on these cameras and these interviews and they talk about, how much money does a man have to make for them to be with him? And how much does he have to, and what type of man do you like, and all that? Like, I want to know them, is Christ a high value man? Of course, because they're so Christian and they're just so God-fearing, right? They're going to tell you, yeah, absolutely. Well, then tell me what made Christ high value. And I would like to hear that. That's probably needed. These brothers that go out here and do these interviews, it's probably a good one to do right there. It's probably a good interview to do for these sisters out here in this day and age, in the lieu of this Diddy situation, and the misfortune of so many sisters and their mental health and and their abuse that they've gone through for so many decades now. Maybe that might be a good question to ask them. What did Christ say again? Read it from the top.
And he said unto them, take heed.
Take heed. Go ahead.
And beware of covetousness.
Now, see, covetousness is what? It's like when you crave something that somebody possesses. Now, in this case, our sisters are looking at this man and they're not thinking about the things that they need for their mind, right? For their mental health, or their physical health, right? Meaning someone who's not going to abuse them, someone who's not going to whore them out. No, instead, they're thinking of their poverty. They're considering their poverty, their financial struggle. And they coveting men like Diddy, and they thinking like, I want a man like Diddy because Diddy has money. He has money. He has houses. He has cars. He goes, look at this lifestyle. He eats everywhere he wants to eat. He's, he got a chef in the house. He drives nice cars. The lifestyle is amazing. Cameras are following him around everywhere. And they want that. They want that. But Christ is saying, take heed to that type of spirit, to that type of spirit, to beware of covetousness. Beware of wanting something that somebody else has. Beware of those things. You understand? Especially when you're talking about the things they possess, right? Like money and status and power. Those are the things that are going to cause you to lose yourself. Those are the things you're blinded by, that you don't really see the real of this person, who this person really is. Beware of the covetousness, right? This is a destructive and spiritual disease. Covetousness. It so blocks so many people from being themselves, because all they can think about is being somebody that they're not, having things that other people have. And it brings on so much insecurities that added on top of the insecurities that you already have. Well, guess what? Diddy built an entire empire driven by covetousness. You understand? Covetousness. He wanted to be like the white man. He wanted to be big, a big mogul, a big record dominator in the music industry, and he became that. And then guess what followed after that? You understand? Reports and lawsuits came following after that, because you coveting after the white man and his success. But guess what? The white man lives a life of, sex trafficking. That's what they doing. White man is sex trafficking. He's doing all kind of different things, that are disgusting. So the more you try to get closer to where he's at, the more you're gonna be more like him. You're gonna lose yourself, and they're gonna be. You think the first freak offs was Diddy's freak offs? No, absolutely not. You understand? They was having freak offs way before Diddy we even came on the scene. But he wanted to be a part of that life and covet, these moguls, these hip hop moguls and A&Rs, and he wanted to be like them and have money like them and power like them, and he became like them. And that's the thing that Christ is saying, beware of. Go ahead and read.
For a man's life.
For a man's what?
For a man's life.
For a man's life. The essence of a man, right? The thing that his value, right? His character, the meaning of his existence, his life, right? Like sisters again, like we just taught right now, that sisters are being taught that a man's life and his value is what? Is in his wallet. That's where it's at, is in his wallet. And it ain't too far off from what we're taught by our parents, considering a man of God. Gain is godliness. If you ain't making money, then God is not with you. God is not blessing you. Where's your blessings at? Where's your house at? Where's your cars at? Where's that stuff at? God is not with you. We're gonna go to a different church. We're gonna go to another synagogue, another house of worship, where we can see the success, where we can see the value. Because right now, this man's life, he's not valuable. He doesn't have anything. You understand? That's the same deception that caused women to flock to Diddy. You understand? Like Cassie, to flock to Diddy, despite decades of rumors and evidence of abuse that we've all known about and seen, and it didn't all just come out right now. Is anybody with two eyes can see that Diddy was an absolute predator. Anybody can see it. At least go ahead, Doc. Okay, you got a precept. At least anybody with an ear to hear, like the scripture says, with understanding. That if you don't have understanding, you can see you're blind again to the red flags. You don't see them. Go ahead with your precept.
This is Hebrews 11:1.
Mm-hmm.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
That's right, brother. And that right there is important. You understand? You putting your faith in the things that you see. That's what you're doing. Your faith is in what you see. You got faith that this man is going to be a good husband to you based on what the things you see with your two eyes. You understand? It ain't based on his heart or his mind, right? It ain't based on his character. No, it's not based on that. It's not based on his righteousness. It's based on what you see. You see this like, oh, I have faith that he's going to be able to take care of me. I'm sure that's what Cassie thought. I'm sure Diddy's going to be, I'm sure I got faith in Diddy. He's going to take care of me. I mean, look at him. Look how much money he has. Look how much success he has. He's going to take care of me. He's going to make sure I'm good. Did he take care of her? Was she good? No, she wasn't. And so many people that covet as in other people's relationships would have looked at her and Diddy and was like, man, damn, man, I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for for this woman that's married to this successful man. Now we all got to sit back and watch all of the griminess unfold, all of the nastiness and lack of integrity and diabolical acts that was committed against his sister. We had to watch it all unfold. Now we could have saved her. But we didn't save her because we, just like her, our faith was not in the unseen. It was not in the things that we can't see. It was in the things that we did see with our eyes that were deceiving. Good, excellent precept. All right. Go ahead and continue to read.
For a man's life consisted not in the abundance.
Not in the abundance, right? This means that a man's life does not consist of or is not defined by how much he has. Right. That's not it. It's not by how much. The abundance means the quantity. That's what abundance means, the quantity or the riches that he has, or the quantity of followers that he has, right? That's the day we live in today, right? The day of the followers. Oh, how many followers that you got on Instagram? How many followers you got on TikTok? Oh, you got 100, you got 1 million followers? Surely you must be doing something right. Surely you must be special. Surely you can be a good husband to me. Surely I can follow you and you can lead me. Because you got 1 million followers already. You already got 1 million followers. I'm just going to be 1,000,001. That's not the abundance thing that we, that's what it says that a man's value is not, doesn't consist of his abundance. Doesn't consist of his followers. How many followers did Christ have? Didn't it say at one point in his mission that there was thousands of people that were surrounding him? What they would call thronging, like being closely knit and following him. Well, how many disciples did he have? How many followers did he have? Only 12. Only 12, man. And this is a high value man we talking about. Christ only had 12 followers. He only had 12 followers. A nigga with 12 followers today could never. Come on now. Let's talk about it. A brother with 12 followers today doesn't stand a chance with these sisters. They don't stand a chance with these sisters, brothers. With 12 followers, that's all you got is 12 followers? Okay. And you don't got no place to stay? Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm gonna go over here and be with Asmodeus. They're gonna go and be, go follow their demons. You understand? The demons over there, they got millions of followers. They got what are y'all on what they call it? The farming the followers and stuff like. They got following farms and stuff like that. They got facilities where they just got thousands of iPhones in there and they generating followers, and so many people are ride and die for them in that world that they live in over there. But you with your 12 followers and your no home, surely you cannot take care of me. Well, definitely in the Bible it says husbands to love your wives like Christ loved the church. That's what it says about being a husband. That love your wives like Christ loved the church, so much so that he gave his life for it. Right. That sounds like what the Bible is telling me that high value is when it comes to a husband. Christ didn't have a house to live in. He didn't have millions of followers, but he would die for you, though. He would give his life for you. He would do that. He would teach you. That's what he would do. He would provide you the truth. He ain't gonna lie to you. But they don't see that as high value. But today we're gonna learn. Because if you can hear these words, then you can avoid becoming a victim. You can avoid becoming a victim in this world that we live in today and not being on trial or better or worse, dead. You understand? Fighting for your life. Go ahead and read. So it's a man's life consisted not in the abundance, right? It's not about the quantity of his riches and how many followers and how many homes he has, how much fame he has, because obviously Diddy had an abundance of material things. You understand? Let's just come on now. He had an abundance of material things. Like his net worth had to be at least $1 billion. You understand? Dozens of luxury cars, properties, business ventures, so many, he had that little liquor called? Ciroc. Everybody's drinking Ciroc. You understand? You got control over the music careers. He making a band. You can make a nigga go walk for cheesecake. You go walk down to Brooklyn over the bridge for cheesecake. Come on, man. What type of character is that? What type of man does that? What type of brother is that? You didn't see the signs? Huh? You didn't see the signs? No, you didn't, because you were focused. The value that you looked at was in his abundance and not his character. And now that's why you need to have. That's why this scripture that we're bringing out is a little bit too late for some of you, but it's not too late for a lot of you, because now is the time for you to take heed so you can avoid the red flags. Go ahead and read.
For a man's life consisted not in the abundance of the things which he possessed.
Yeah, that doesn't make a man righteous. The abundance of his wealth only hid the violence of his spirit. Go ahead and read.
Verse 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man, the abundance of the things which he possessed.
That's one right there. I need you to read that part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I must have missed it. So, like, read that again.
For a man's life consistent not in the abundance of the things which he possessed.
Right. That's what we've been lied to believe now. That a man's value is in the things that he possesses. That a man's value is him having a lot of those things. He has not just a mansion, he has many mansions. Well, he didn't in the Bible. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Many mansions. But listen, you can look for your many mansions right now in a man like Diddy, or you can follow Christ and then have many mansions in heaven. You can have many mansions in the kingdom of heaven. That's what you can have. Or you can have many mansions with a man like Diddy and suffer trauma and abuse. But, that's up to you. What you got? All right, I can't see it. What is it, a video or what? Okay, is it quick? Let's go ahead and get it. You got the mic. You got to get this mic because you can't hear you if you're going to read it. But yeah, like sisters you shouldn't marry a man because of what he has. Like marrying a man because of what he has is absolutely backwards. It's not going to fulfill what you need as a woman. You're not going to have the benefits of a husband. It doesn't assure that for you, right? Ask a man who he serves. Find out who he serves, right? Ask how he rules his spirit. Does he have check a man out for the control and the discipline he has over his flesh, his lust. And this is why in the Isupk is so foolproof in here, because we have systems set up to be able to vet us brother and vet a sister. You understand? To be able to find the real things out about a man that are going to really be able to make sure that they take care of you. And also to be able to expose the things that are absolutely going to destroy you if you decide to join yourself onto this person. You got the article, Doc?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead, Doc.
This is an article titled Cassie Ventura is testifying at Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial. Here's some key moments. There's a little clip here.
As a key prosecution witness.
Combs maintains his innocence. He could face life in prison if convicted. Jared Hill reports from New York.
The prosecution's star witness, Cassie Ventura, took the stand for the first time Tuesday, detailing her tumultuous 10-year relationship with Sean Diddy Combs.
I think she's very prepared. I think she was helped her.
The singer testified.
What did he say? She'll tell the truth. What?
While she was signed.
As much as it hurts.
As much as it hurts. As much as it hurts. But where was the support and the care when she was choosing a man based on his money? Where was the support and the care when she was choosing a man based on his abundance and his possessions? Where was the care and the support then? Everybody that supports that type of ideology of what a high value man is and allow their children to teach their children to choose a man by that, you're contributing to the hurt. You're causing them to hurt. You're doing it. You're doing it. And that's all of Christians. That's Christianity. That's all of Christians. Now they're looking at her on the stand, and now it's got to be like this, some standing up for women and, women feminists, go up there and tell the truth and put him away. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? If she had us instead of you from the beginning, then she would never have to be hurt. She would never have to tell the truth and be hurt, right? She would never have to be that. You think her telling the truth, even though it hurts, you think that's the worst of her pain? Her having to now tell the truth? No. The worst of her pain is what she actually went through being with that man. That's the real hurt.
Come.
Any more on that?
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
Let's put full screen right quick.
His record label. She says the relationship became violent, and the music mogul would frequently, quote, bash me on my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me. She says she also participated in drug-fueled sex sessions with other men to please Combs, feeling like she had no other choice. Ventura testified
right there.
Good night.
Feeling like she had no other choice. Why don't you think she felt like she had a choice? Why don't you think she felt like she had a choice? I mean, everybody believes in, marrying somebody, and just as much as they believe is divorcing somebody. They believe in going and being with the person just as much as they believe throwing them away too. So what makes you think that if she lives in a world where they support being with the person and not being with them, if you don't want to be with them no more, then why does she feel like she's doesn't have a way out? Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, because I paused it right where it shows Diddy and her standing next to each other, and he's got a chain with a cross on it, like every other rapper.
There we go. You understand? This is Christianity. All of the biggest criminals are Christians. All of the biggest predators are Christians. They all have a cross on. Go ahead, Yakao.
So like you, sir. The reason why she felt like she didn't have a choice is because she would lose her status with that high value.
That's
man.
right, brother. Give him a hand. That's it. That's exactly right. She doesn't have a choice, because what am I going to do? Go back to the life of poverty? What am I going to do? Go back to the projects, to the block? Is that what I'm going to do? Oh, hell no. If I got to go over here and do all of these sexual deviancies and be beaten and broken and all of these things, then that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do, because he's buying me things. He's flying me out to places. He's feeding me deliciously. Like, I'm eating deliciously. Like, I'm eating steaks that are, hundreds of dollars steaks, $500 steaks. You understand? I'm going to deal with all of these things that I'm going to go through for that. But see, that's the thing, that nobody's teaching that part. It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about that's where the value is at. And sometimes to have that value, you just got to go through things that you don't want to go through. You got to do things you don't want to do. You got to see things you don't want to see. Well, that's not what the Bible says, man. Because that same ideology is why we have so much mental illness in the hood right now. So much of a mental illness in our people, man. So much, bro. Like we got, so many insecurities, so many mental disorders, because we are being beaten and drugged and destroyed, and saying we still love them. Still love this person. Isn't that the same as slavery and the white man and Stockholm syndrome? You done been attached to this person so much. What did General Muhammad say? It's easy for us to hate black people because black people are not the ones that are signing your checks. It's easy to throw in the relationship with another black man or a black woman because they're not the ones that are paying your bills and, signing off of your checks every day. And that's why we can forgive the white man so easily. We can forgive him and turn the other cheek and, forget about slavery. We can do all that because the white man has the food. He has the land. He has the homes. He has all of the things that we need. So we have to forgive him, because if we don't, then we'll have nothing. Well, that's what we're seeing right here when she says, I felt like I didn't have no other choice. Well, you do have a choice. You just never taught it. You were never taught that you have a choice. You were never taught that you can choose life. You were never taught that. You were never taught real love. You were never taught real value. You were never taught those things. And that, for that reason, the Christian church and everyone that's involved in her life have failed her. But in the ISUBK, we would not have that blood on our hands. We're going to do the healing in here. We're going to do the raising in here, giving of life in here. Go ahead and take me to 1 Samuel, I believe, chapter 16. All right. Show me the 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. All right. Like if a man possesses everything, but is owned by his lust and his ego, then guess what? You will suffer under his rule. You're gonna suffer under his rule. Look at it's crazy because every topic that we bring out, all I can think about is this brother from Sakari.
Right.
Like this brother right here is a sexual deviant.
Damn, that's crazy.
He's a sexual deviant being pegged in all kind of lasciviousness, having his women go. He's Diddy. And he's going around and having his wives have sex with other men for his lust. And then now look at his family. Now he has a wife that's a whore. He has children that are born of heathens. And he's losing he's creating broken homes. Well, guess what? Not only that, it was text messages and stuff about them getting diseases. Well, this is what happens when you look at a man because of his possession. And you're fooled by a man because of the quantity or the abundance of his possessions. And now, because you didn't vet him enough to know that he has a lust that's uncontrollable, this is now the man that leads you. This is the man that rules over you. And that's all your Christian pastors. That's all of them. That's all your Muslim imams. That's all of them. Those are the men that rule over you. Go ahead and read what you got, Doc.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7.
Go ahead.
But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance.
So now this is the Lord. This is the prophet Samuel who was sent out to anoint the next king, right? He was sent out to anoint the next king. So Jesse brings out his son Eliab. And immediately Samuel goes to put the crown on him. Why did he put the crown? Why did he go straight to put the crown on him? Let's read right now. Go ahead and read. Read it from the top.
But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance.
Do what?
Look not on his countenance.
Yeah, like he went to him because he seen a king in him. He looked at Eliab and he was like, man, this brother is good looking. He's, he got a nice smile, a lot of confidence, right? Just like Diddy, right? Diddy is look polished, like a polished man, always dressed. I've seen meetings with Diddy's in the meeting, he in the meeting getting the haircut while he, doing an interview. This is how polished he is. You see what I'm saying? So polished, good haircut, nice smile, always dressed, always in control of things, controlling the room. That's what he's seen. He said, surely this is the guy. Go ahead and read. Read it again. Look not on his countenance. Go ahead.
Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature.
Right. And this on the height of his stature, like so many of us, if it ain't money, it's looks. Right? Oh, like, man, look at him, bro. Like he look like money. His brothers right now running around with fake chains right now, and they'll tell you it's $1 million worth of chains, and you gonna go for it because they look like money. They look like somebody. That doesn't make them a leader. Just because Kanye West makes probably one of the most best producers of all times, makes beautiful music, and he's a good rapper, and and all of these things in leading in the black fashion world, does not mean that he's the leader of black people now. Doesn't mean now he's the guy that's going to lead us in the revolution. No. Don't look upon a man's countenance. Don't look upon his stature. A lot of women choose men because they're tall. Oh, he's tall. I need a guy. Make sure he's 6 foot. Make sure he's muscular. Make sure he this and he that. And he, all these physical preferences, which is not totally wrong, right? But this is high on your list of priorities. This is over. Is he lustful? This is like, is 6 foot is over. Can he control his rod? You understand? Does he have emotional intelligence? You understand? Who does he serve? Does he serve the Most High? You understand? That 6 foot is over that. Like, that's what he got to be 6 foot. He got to make $1 million. He got to make 6 figures. He got to be this. And then those real stuff that matters in choosing a man that are the real things that are high value are so low on the list that you never even get to it. You never even get to it. You're so taken by all of these other things that you don't even, you can find a man that strikes off on all 4 of those things. They're gonna say, you're gonna shoot now, ask questions later, right? As the saying goes. You're gonna go and get with this person and then figure out whatever's you're gonna have to figure out during the marriage. And that's how you end up in these positions where you're being hurt. You understand? Where you're being manipulated, you're being abused, you're being exploited. The Bible says, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature. Go ahead and read.
Because I have refused.
Because
him.
what?
Because I have refused.
Now,
him.
see, if you pick the Lord, if you pick a man or a leader based on what the Most High approves rather than what your mama approves, then you will have better results in life. You have better results in your life. But instead, you listen to Big Mama and your auntie, and what happens? You end up with P. Diddy. That's what you end up. You end up with P. Diddy, R. Kelly, who else? All of these sexual predators that are absolutely deviant. You end up with them, but they're rich. They got money, they got notoriety. You understand? They got homes, they got cars, they got cameras all over them. They're doing something right. But that's what you end up with. And the reality of what you have to endure in that situation and nobody else is devastating, man. It's devastating what you have to go through. You're going to have to be with that man, not us. That's your leader, not ours. You're choosing him as your leader. You're choosing him based on what mama said. Mama going to have to be in a relationship with him? Nope. Is your partner them going to be the one in bed with him? No, they not. It's going to be you. And you should have more self-respect for yourself to make a decision that'll be more foolproof for what you're going to protect yourself from, instead of based on what somebody else says. Because when you lay down with that man, you're the one that's going to get AIDS, not mama. She's not going to get AIDS. You're going to get AIDS. All right. So the Lord didn't choose him. And here in Isupk, the Lord chooses your husband in here. The Lord chooses your wife in here. That's what happens. And the way we choose a man, the way we choose a woman for you is not based on how they do it in the world. They don't do it in the world. Like, we don't do it in the world. You just marry whoever you want to marry. You just marry him. You just sex. You go shotgun weddings. You go to Vegas and just meet a person on the strip and take them down there and say your I do's, and you have them to the hotel. You having sex, and you're supposed to be happily ever after. But no. Here, you're going to be given to, a man and a woman is going to be chosen for you based on the real things that are valuable, based on real valuable things, real value. And it's going to be the Lord who's going to ordain it, who's going to approve of it. And right now, the Most High is saying here that he did not choose this man. You're choosing him based on how he looks and his stature and his countenance. But I did not choose him. For the Lord saith, what did he say? Because I have refused him, right? Read that again.
Because I have refused him.
Mm-hmm. Right. You can choose someone the Lord already condemned already. You can choose someone that the Lord did not choose. And you'll have to deal with that. Go ahead and read.
For the Lord seeth not as a man seeth.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? The Lord don't see how we see. You can't see far as what your eyes can see, like the brother was just bringing out about what you have, how your faith works. Your faith works in what you can see. That's how you see things. But the Lord, he ain't judging by the things the way you see it, the way you judge. He ain't doing it that way. You understand? You might see a provider, and you may see somebody that's an alpha male, or somebody that's holy, right? Somebody that's holy. But God sees a predator. So the Most High sees. He sees a predator. You understand? A deceiver. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what the Most High sees. Go ahead and read.
For man looketh on the outward appearance.
You understand? Because man looks on the outward appearance. Our people love style. Like, we love style. We love to glorify images. But appearance won't raise your children, man. Appearance won't raise your children. You know what another thing that appearance won't do? It will not protect your soul. It will not protect your soul. So then what? So you don't care about your soul? You don't care about your children? Oh, all you care about is yourself and your standards. Okay, well, that's why we got so many broken homes right now. That's why 80% of the black homes are led single parent homes and led by women. That's why. Because we don't want to see it the way God sees it. We don't want to let the Lord decide. We want to lean on our own understanding and make decisions based on our own thoughts, based on carnality instead of spirituality. Go ahead. Any more on that?
But the Lord looketh on the heart.
Right. The Lord sees the heart, the mind, right? He knows if this person has discipline or not. He knows this person's fears and whether he fears the Most High or he fears this or fears that. He sees those things. You know what he also sees? He sees his secrets. He sees the things that he's not telling you about, the things that he's hiding. He sees those things. And Diddy's heart was cold, man. He's a cold man. Look at it. You hear these things that this sister's bringing out on this stand. You understand? And a lot of that stuff that we hear, this is a lustful man. I'm talking about, when they say the diddler, like they had to come up for the name for the level of his lust. The diddler. That's how lustful he was and violent. A diddler. The diddler. No Diddy. Like they had to replace no homo with no Diddy, nigga. You see what I'm saying? That's the level of lustfulness that this man is. And not only that, he's violent too. Videos coming out, he's slinging this little girl. She probably only weigh 100 pounds, 120 maybe. She's slinging him around, and he's a big old, that same 6 foot guy you wanted. Now he's 6 foot and brolic and big muscles, and now he's using that height and that stature to beat you up. Now you got to defend yourself from that same countenance and that same stature. You got to defend yourself from. That's Diddy. And you wouldn't have been able to see that, but the Lord knew it. The Lord seen it. And no matter how calm and collected he seemed on the TV and in the media, he's a monster. He's a monster. Let's get Proverbs chapter 31, all right? He's a monster, man. Verse 3. And we in the ISUPK, we operate under that same spirit of the Most High, right? The same spirit of the Most High, where we able to see a man's heart. Be able to see a woman's heart, to know what their fears are. We discover those things. We discover a man's fears. We discover their secrets. That's what we do. The Lord reveals it to us, better yet. And that's the thing that helps us to be able to make sure that any marriage that's orchestrated in here is of the Lord. That's how we do it. But if you think we just the crazy niggas that just a hate group and a cult all the time, then you're not going to listen to anything we say. But surely you have all the answers, right? But surely you have the wisdom, right? Surely you know what's best for you. Because you've never failed yourself. You've never failed yourself. You trust you. You never was that not able to, trust yourself, right? But okay, so we the bad guys. But in here, our marriages are ordained by God. We see the things, God reveals the things that he sees to us. Through our discipline, through our faith. You understand? Through our diligence. And marriages in here, they last for decades. And there's no sexual deviancies. There's no exploitation. There's no violence in these marriages. Even if a man does have more than one wife, even if a woman is with a man who has other wives, they're not getting exploited. They're not getting paraded on TV and in the streets. They're not being allowed to be an OnlyFans star and get lost in fame and followers. They're not being beat over the head. So you can say what you want to say, but like Jenna Muhammad said, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Go ahead and read what I asked for.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy strength unto women. That's heavy right there. You want to know what makes this even more heavier? Who said this? Who said this? Who said these things right here? Go ahead.
Solomon.
Nope. It was not Solomon. Go ahead.
Lemuel. King Lemuel.
Not Lemuel. Not Lemuel. Read it again. Verse 3.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy strength unto women. Who's saying this?
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Is that David?
Nope.
Wait, what verse? What chapter we in?
31 and 3 in Proverbs.
I thought that was Solomon. No?
I'm gonna give it to you for time's sakes. This is Lemuel's mother.
Oh, God.
This is his mother. This is a woman saying this. This is a woman telling her son this. She's telling him this. Read it again.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Yeah, see, this woman has wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Like, you want to see some woman that has wisdom, that's saying things that all women should be saying and hearing. This is the type of mother. This is the type of woman that you will see right here. She's warning him not to pour his powers and attention into lust, being lustful all the damn time. That's what it means, being lustful all the time. She's warning her son that you can give your strength to a woman by lusting after women all day and night. You wake up, what you doing? You look on scrolling, looking at women, liking Facebook pictures, liking this. You get a little small break, what you doing? You go and look for more women. You sign up for some new little dating site. You go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, you got to go do this look for these women. You got to go out to this bar for women. You got to do this for a woman. Do it like, give not thy strength unto a woman. That's what he's saying right now. Give not thy strength to a woman. And then guess what? This applies just as much to sisters, because the man that you choose may already be destroyed by lust. You don't know this. He may already be destroyed by lust. And he cannot be the man he needs to be for you. He can't be the man he needs to be for you because he's ruled by his lust. Like P. Diddy. You understand? Like the diddler. He's ruled by his lust every day. All it is money, women, sexcapades, freak-offs all the time. That's what he's known for, his freak-offs. That's what it is now, freak-offs. Like, where did that even come from? Like, this boy Diddy is creating a new world of lingo and titles. And you pick a man like this, and guess what? He can't be strong for you because he ain't strong for his own self. He's weak up under you. He can't control his own lust. How can he control you? How can he tell you what to have discipline? How can he tell you what to do and not to do? Better yet, he wants you so bad that you can tell him what to do. He wants you so bad you can tell him what to do. And that's what he's warning. That's what she's warning him of. Read it again.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Yeah, see, Diddy is a man who gave all his strength to controlling and consuming women. That's it, man. It's having more power to just rule over people and consume them with his lust. And he wasn't strong, man. He wasn't strong. You wanted to say something, Yakal? Oh, okay. You understand? He wasn't strong. You know what I'm saying? He was addicted. That's what he was. He was addicted to drugs and lust and women and just having a good time. And that's not a leader, man. That's not a leader. That's not somebody you need to put in your life as a leader. And you won't be able to see that without the wisdom of God. and you'll end up giving your strength unto a woman and be just like Diddy if you don't control your lust. If you don't control your lust, then you're going to be just like Diddy, lusting after women, lusting after money, lusting after power, coveting after the white man, and trying to be the biggest can I say Uncle Tom? The biggest Uncle Tom you can be. Trying to be the next best thing to the white man, and you'll be just like him and never be accepted by him. And sisters, you'll end up with that man and always be hurt and always getting counseling and therapy because of all of the sick stuff that you got going on with your husband that you chose. Go ahead and read.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyed the king.
You see what I'm saying? That's what we talking about right now. That's what we talking about right now. Everywhere you go, hey, what's up, king? Hey, what up, king? Hey, that's what's up, king. Everybody's a king. But what makes them a king? What makes them? How is everybody a king? How is this possible? Hey, all kings. The man with all the money, he's the high value man. If you're a man, you're a king nonetheless. Like, it seems like these titles are just being thrown around. When in all actuality, you can be a king and you could be destroyed. Like it's reading right now. You can be destroyed as a king. Haven't we seen it before? Haven't we seen it? Haven't we seen it with Solomon? Wasn't he destroyed? Right? His whole rulership, everything. He came out of rulership, man. What more would a man want to have than to rule in the kingdom of heaven? Right? To be praised like that type of son, right? Like a son of the Lord, like David, right? Look at David. He fell as well. He was destroyed as well. He was after the Lord's own heart, man. A beautiful thing, man. All David wanted to do, he didn't even want to rule in the kingdom. He just wanted to be able to hold the door in the kingdom. You understand? A man with his right mind, but then at the same time, he was destroyed. Why? Because of a woman. Because of a woman, man. Because he couldn't control his lust. He could not control his lust. He didn't have discipline. Solomon had all the wisdom in the world, but what did not Solomon have? Go ahead.
Strength against women.
Sum it up for me, though. I want that one word. Tazi, y'all know what it is. Discipline. That's what he didn't have. He didn't have discipline. He had all the wisdom in the world, but no discipline. Because the body says the flesh warf with the spirit. Right? You can be absolutely in the spirit, but that body still want to go do some things. You understand? That body still want to go do some things. They want to go do some drugs. They want to go have sex with some whores. That's what it wants to do. You understand? It want to do a lot of things, but it don't matter how much wisdom you got. If you don't got discipline, then you'll be that same king, and you'll be destroyed. And everybody's going to be looking at you destroyed on TV, looking at you with your gray hairs, looking crazy, sitting in a cell, you understand, because you done got caught up behind your lust for a woman, for drugs, for anything that the Lord told you to be able to, that you couldn't have, or how to have it. How to have it, right? There's a way you can have a woman. There's a way you should be to a woman. There's responsibilities when it comes to this. Women you cannot have. Tell that to King Solomon. There's women you can't have. Tell that to King David. There's women you cannot have. So when the Bible right now, when we reading, this sister is telling her son, give not thy strength to a woman. Because hold up, what did it say? Read it again. Give not thy strength, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. She knew and understands something that we need to teach our sons, and our daughters need to know as well, just like she did. Go ahead and drop that. Give me Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. You understand? A lifestyle of lust and abuse and unchecked ego, like you don't get that checking. That's why it's a beautiful thing to be in the Isupk, man, to get these check-ins, man. Stop running from the check-ins. Get the check-ins. Take it. It hurts. It does. But at the end of the day, those things are going to keep you from destroying yourself. It's going to keep you from being destroyed. Because if these things that you have that you're going on, that you learn from trauma and you learn from being in poverty, if they don't go unchecked, then guess what? You're going to be taken down. And we've read that throughout the scriptures, man. And it took Diddy down. That's what happened. Diddy's down for the count, man. You understand? Sisters, stop choosing men who are already on their way to destruction. The only way to find that out, to understand that, is you have to reevaluate your values. Matter of fact, it says reevaluate. That word value in there, reevaluate. You got to look at the values over again. You got to do it over again, because your values are going to cause you to be with a man that's going to get you killed. It's going to have you hurt. Go ahead and read what I asked for.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18.
Go ahead.
Pride goeth before destruction.
Now, here we go. Now, this is Solomon here. This is Solomon. This is a proverb. So showing what? How about the type of man who's puffed up and proud? You understand? Every man who thinks he can't be touched. I remember like yesterday when Cassie came and put that lawsuit out. What was it, like 30 million? And then what happened immediately after that? He settled, man. 30 million. Bang. What did he do after that? He said, I'm still standing, better than I ever been, looking like a true survivor. Pride. Like he can't be touched. Who can touch him? He can't be touched. Lawsuit you hit me with, any lawsuit you want to hit me with, you can't stop me. You can't beat me. That's what this is talking about right here. And Solomon is warning of. Pride, go ahead. Pride goeth before destruction. Go ahead.
And in haughty spirit.
And a haughty spirit. You see what I'm saying? Like that thing you are confusing with confidence. That thing, that's the thing that's going to be the one that's going to put you in the ground, in the cell. You understand? In a tough position. You understand? In a tight position. Like the pride and the belief of, that he can be dominate somebody or silence somebody. You understand? And manipulate them. Like from the Lord, according to the Lord, that's like a curse. You're going through, that's a curse. You see what I'm saying? Like who wants to go through that? That's hell. And a lot of women are in hell. Cassie was in hell. You understand? And I don't know what's her race or nationality, but she with that white man now, and I don't know what she thinks is going to be different about him. And because the Bible also says, give not thy daughters to their sons. Talking about interracial marriage. So, but at the end of the day, pride goeth before destruction. And then it says in a haughty spirit before a fall. Like sisters think that if you think your man thinks if a man thinks that he can answer to no one, right? Like a man that say like, I don't, like nobody's over me. Like that type of man, like nobody's over me. What do you think his wisdom comes from? Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? This earth been around for, thousands of years. This man, 30, 25, 50, who knows? Never can attain enough wisdom to know how to navigate through this earth. Never. You have to come from a source that's greater than you, that was before you, and is going to have to be after you. Because as long as you have a person that thinks that no man can tell them nothing and nobody can tell them nothing, guess who's going to be telling them something? Their own self. They're the one, they make their own morals. They make their own morals. You can't tell him he's wrong or he's right. He says if he's wrong or he's right. And he might be right for beating you over the head. That may be how he thinks this type of situation should be handled, according to himself, right? He may think that being, you going and having you go sleep with another man, you understand, so he can watch it, is right. It's lit. It's lit in his head. You understand? And he came up with that on his own. This is him in his own mind. This is a man that doesn't have the answers to nobody. They'll have you in the jungle. You understand? Naked and afraid. Go ahead. What you want to say, Yakal?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
This is what single parent households create. The single mother households. That's what create, because that spirit is is an effeminate spirit.
That's right, brother.
Because they learned that from their mom.
Damn right, brother.
No, nobody could tell their mom what to do. She couldn't follow a man. That's why she didn't have a man in the household.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand, brother. He touching on something heavy right now. If black households are 80% single parent households, and 80% of them are headed by women, that's something to talk about, brothers and sisters. That's something to talk about. And what he just brought out is the truth about why that is. Women are being in positions where they don't take accountability. They don't listen to nobody. I don't need no man. I can do bad all by myself. Women that are loose. All of these sayings, hot girl summer. This is the sayings and the ideology behind women who don't answer to nobody, that do what they want to do and live life unapologetically. You ever heard that before? That's the one right there. Unapologetically. That's just their way of saying, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you're not gonna tell me I'm wrong for doing it. And now so many women are taking out men out of the home, taking fathers from their children and teaching their children that same exact ideology. And now they're growing up and making their own ways of life that are not substantiated in wisdom. And then you end up with these type of men like Diddy. You understand? You end up with women who make bad decisions, bad choices in men like Cassie. That's an excellent point, Doc. Let's go ahead and what did I ask for? Where we at? Oh, drop that. Let me get Isaiah chapter 5, all right? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Start me off there. We got to reverse this. We got to reverse what's happening. This 80% single parent homes led by women. You can't tell me nothing. And thinking that that's black excellence. That's royal. That's lit. We got to return. We got to reverse that way of thinking. And it starts right here. Go ahead and read what I asked for.
This is book of Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20.
Go ahead.
Woe unto them.
Woe unto them. What does woe mean? Go ahead.
Destruction.
Destruction, man. What Cassie went through was destruction. She was destroyed in that relationship. She was destroyed in that relationship, brothers. I'm telling you right now. I mean, even her husband hearing these things, I don't even think he's going to even be able to really love her after hearing the type of destruction that she endured. I mean, sisters, listen, we in the ISUBK, you can come in here and be born again, right? But in reality, the amount of bodies that you're accumulating, the amount of whoredom that you're partaking in, you're decreasing your value. You're decreasing your value. The more men you sleep with, the more babies you're making and homes you break and the reputation you're making for yourself, you're destroying your reputation. You're lessening your value. You understand? But the Bible says woe, which means destruction. Go ahead. Woe unto who? Unto them. Go ahead.
That call evil good.
Now here we go. This is the reversal. Who Diddy's a high value man? How, Sway? How is Diddy a high value man? Read that again. That call of what?
Woe unto them that call evil good.
That call evil good. How you calling him a high value man? Isn't that a good thing? Isn't calling a brother a high value man a compliment? It's a good thing. Well, is Diddy still rich? Is he still wealthy? Is he still have those houses? I'm sure he does. I'm sure he still has all those cars. Because he's a criminal doesn't mean he loses his money and his assets. He still has those things. You understand? Because he's a criminal doesn't mean his bank account gets wiped out. He still has all of those things. So is he still high value? No, he's not. He never was high value. He never was. But you call evil good, though. That's what you do. Because you think the things that you see as good, you think they're good. In reality, they're evil. Really, they're evil. Really, those are the things that are misleading you in your choosing, in your decision making. That's what it is. You're losing yourself because you have been manipulated to believe that good is evil, or evil is good. Like we about to read right now. Go ahead, continue.
And good evil.
And good evil, right? Because now the brother that got 12 followers, right? He got 12 followers. He don't got no job. He don't got no house. But at the end of the day, he's there for his kids. He's in his kids' life. He spend time with his kids, he keeping the laws of God. He ain't no liar. He ain't no compulsive liar. He ain't no master manipulator. He's none of those things. But for him, he's evil. He's corny. He's lame. He's a lame. He's lame. He's corny and undesirable because he has 12 followers and he's just a good guy. Am I saying something that ain't true today? Don't they say the good guys always finish last? Read that again.
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Yeah, you call evil good and good evil. You look at things like this type of man, and you say, this man he's not good. He's not good for me. A woman would tell her daughter, he's not a good man for you because he doesn't have any money, because he doesn't have a house. He doesn't, look at him. He's a regular t-shirt on, regular sneakers on. But Diddy, he's a good man. P. Diddy's a good man. He can buy you everything you need. He can take care of you. Have children with him. He can buy the kids everything they need. He can take you on trips, show you the world, all of those things. But, we're not going to talk about the criminal domestic violence, though. We're not going to talk about the criminal domestic violence. We're not going to talk about the freak-offs and how he's going to exploit you to have sex with other men and perform homosexual acts in your face. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that part. That's what the Bible says, woe to them. Destruction to them. Because if we continue to live in that type of ideology, the whole world is going to fall to whoredom. The whole world is going to fall to trauma. To trauma. We all going to be in the therapy. So there's going to be a long line at the psychiatric office. It's going to be a line out there. So many people who are hurt going to get drugs, pills and stuff. And two of these pills, double the dosage of this because we are going crazy out of our mind. And that's what's going to happen if we don't destroy these people who think like this. If we don't destroy these kind of thinking. Like God don't look like God loves everybody. Like God don't love everybody. That's not in the Bible. You understand? It's an evil thing to say God loves everybody. But when we say that God only loves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, then we're a hate group. We're evil. Well, things are going to have to change. We better have a reevaluation. We better have a reversal of truth. We're going to replace the truth we're going to replace the lies with the truth. And we're going to place the value with the things that are real, that really are of value. Read that one more time.
Woe.
Yep. Roll to them.
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Go ahead.
That put darkness for light.
That put what?
Darkness for light.
Yeah, see, that's what we doing, man. Like Cassie is chosen to deal with darkness. She's chosen to deal with darkness because she feels like this is what it means to live. This is what light looks like. I have to endure these negative things in order to live, in order to be able to see the world, see the finer things, see happiness, see success. I have to believe in this. I can't be with the ISUBK who's teaching the so-called truth according to the Bible, because how will I be able to get endorsements? How would I be able to get sponsorships? How people will reject me. I have to join the Christian church because everybody loves the Christian church. Yeah, we a messed up group of people in there. They sleeping. People are committing adultery in there. They're selling drugs, actively selling drugs and doing drugs in there. And everybody knows it and no one's saying anything about it. But this is what people love. And this is how I'm going to be able to grow successfully. This is how I'm going to be able to get raised up in society. Well, it says woe to them. Go ahead and continue to read.
And light for darkness,
Mm-hmm.
that put bitter for sweet,
Mm-hmm.
and sweet for bitter.
You understand? So, you know, did you get to the part where it says, woe unto them that are wise?
No.
Read that. Go ahead, give me that.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes.
You see what I'm saying? Wise in their own eyes. That's what I was just talking about just a second ago. When people don't have nobody that they answer to, they don't have, not even God. They're spiritual and they believe in their own self. Well, they create their own laws. They create their own laws. They rely on their own wisdom. And guess what? They totally reject God's laws. And now his kingdom is collapsing. The kingdom of Diddy, his empire, is collapsing. You understand? Because it's built on, foolishness. Instead of what the Lord gave us, that he says you build a house on a rock. You understand? That can't be moved. You know what I'm talking about, right? The scripture I'm talking about. That's what you have when you submit to the Lord, when the Lord is the head of your life and the Lord makes your decisions and the Lord tells you what's right and what's wrong. That's what you will have. You will have a house that's built on a rock that cannot be moved. A house on a hill that everybody can see your glory. The light the real light. You understand? That you can see a person and be like, man, he's glowing, man. He's really like, look, he ain't got no chaos in his life, no drama, no this, no that. You look at P. Diddy and look. For some times now, he was looking at me, he was the light. But now he was all darkness, and that's where it's been being revealed. And his whole empire is falling. Go ahead, drop that. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. All right. This is another scripture from Solomon. Okay, see, and it's even wise men can break under oppression. You understand? You got wisdom and you don't have that discipline, then you can be taken by anything. You can be taken by anything. You understand? You don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for everything. Well, guess what? You standing on Christianity, you ain't standing on business. You ain't standing on nothing. That Christian church and that doctrine is going to collapse and fall just like Diddy and his empire. It's all going to fall. That's where it was created in. Wasn't he just in the church? Wasn't he just with the pastors? And what was it, T.D. Jakes? He's with T.D. Jakes. That's his right-hand man. He called him and said, hey, man, T.D. Jakes, man, I love you so much, man. You know, woo, woo, woo. Now look at T.D. Jakes. Now Diddy going to trial. Now T.D. Jakes giving up his church to his children simultaneously. Why do you think that is? Because T.D. Jakes is a predator too. That's why. Because he's a predator as well. And he's another man that you call high value and a man of God. And really, he's a slime ball. He's a slime ball, a predator, a criminal, a manipulator, a liar, and he's a deviant. And he was in those freak offs as well. He partook in those freak offs. We're going to find it out soon. We don't have to wait until it comes out to know this. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Yeah, see, many of our people are victims, man. Just like Diddy. Diddy's a victim too. You know, when you get down to the bottom of it all, he was poor in New York, poor as hell, not able to have nothing, no shoes to wear, no clothes to put on his back. And guess what? But instead of him healing and being able to get real help, he became a monster. He became a monster. And then guess what? His evil is justified. Why? Because of his success. Now he gets to step into his trauma. He gets to step into it. He steps into his lust. Now it goes with the success, right? I get more money. I take advantage of more women. They love it. They love it. They love it. Oppression maketh the wise man mad, man. We are traumatized. We are broken. We are in a place where oppression is hitting us from every front, and so many fronts that we don't even see it. We can't even understand it. We don't even understand how oppressed we are. We don't even know how broke. Some of us don't even know we're broken. Don't even understand how the depth of how broken we are, and why we're so mad, why we're so insane in our minds, talking to ourselves and putting up walls and boundaries and fighting people that love us and putting ourselves in situations that are constantly harming us and not even understanding why we end up in these situations at the same time. Absolutely insane is what we are. Go ahead and read.
And they give.
And they what?
And they give.
And the money.
And they give.
And the fame.
And they give.
And the power.
And they give.
Go ahead.
Destroyed the heart.
Yeah, that's what destroyed Diddy. That's what destroyed Diddy. You understand? And it's also the same thing that destroyed Cassie too. Because she went with him because of those things. She went with him because of those things, because of the money. That money ain't money is a tool, man. Money ain't a means of giving your life for. Money ain't a means of losing your integrity for. That's not what it's for, man. You decide to love money and covet fame and want to be famous and have power, you will be destroyed. Those things can be given to you at a cost, and you will be destroyed. The more that he received, the more wicked he became. Because again, he ain't healing. He just being, now he just being coddled now. Just like any other his white counterparts or successors. Like, what's that guy named? Epstein, right? These are the people that live that lifestyle that he wants to live. He wants to live like Epstein. He wants to be like Scarface and the big time, drug dealers and the pimps and the moguls. He want to be like them. And they all are rich and filthy, stinking wealthy. And they all are living life devilishly. They're living life wickedly. So much money, they just, buying people. You see what I'm saying? Buying people. Well, Cassie was bought. Cassie was bought because nobody really loved her to tell her that she was more valuable than to be with a man because of money, than to be with a man because of what he has, his assets. She was lost. You understand? And that's what happens. She was deceived, and her heart was destroyed. Her mind was destroyed. Like the more, like, sisters don't marry a man who gifts are greater, then you're going to get an outcome that's going to be, again, life-threatening, dangerous. You drop that. Let me get Micah chapter 6, verse 8. I'm trying to run through these scriptures right quick. And I hope it becomes clear at the end of this all that our ways that we think and see, and we've been raised for generations to understand what valuable is, to understand how choosing a spouse works and what happiness is, which is another misconception. Happiness, because I'm sure at some point going through all that she went through, it was happiness. I'm sure she was happy because she knew that everything she could ever want in life, she has it. This is just a simple cost that she has to pay. But this is what happiness looks like. But in reality, that's not real happiness, man. The Bible says charity suffereth, man. Like, you want to go to somewhere because you're going to be happy and love and happy and free. But really, you're looking for something that ain't real, right? Who has ever been in a relationship that's just been perfect? Who's been with somebody and they've had money and it just, was everything they can ever imagine? That's just not what it is, man. Those are not the deciding factors on happiness. That's not how love works. which is another misconception, love. But we're going to go ahead and continue with the topic. Go ahead and read.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 6, verse 8. He that shewed thee.
Now, see, this is Micah now. Now we in the book of Micah. Micah is going to tell you now what a man of God is, what a real valuable, high value man is. Go ahead and read.
Oh man,
go ahead.
What is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee?
What does the Lord require of thee? Right? What does the Lord require of thee? We're gonna find out. Go ahead and read.
But to do justly.
To do what?
To do justly.
To do what?
To do justly.
That's what the Lord requires of a man. Is what Diddy did, was it just? Absolutely. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was not just. He exploited that woman. He abused her. He manipulated her. And so many more women that I'm sure lie because of all his money and power that he has and the threats that he makes to them to keep silence. But that's not just. Diddy is not a fair man. He doesn't even understand what to be just is because he doesn't know right from wrong. Right? To even do justly. Is he lawful? Absolutely not. Did he use his influence to punish people, man? That's what he did. So many people do that. They do that, have that influence, and they use it to punish people. They manipulate them and take advantage of them. They have no care for them. How can you be just? Go ahead and read.
And to love mercy.
To love what?
And to love mercy.
Yeah, see, that's what a high value man is, man. A high value man in God's eyes has restraint. Not always ready to punish somebody, always ready to just, hurt someone, disregard them and their health and their life for their own sake because they're selfish, right? Not considering someone else's wrongdoing. He want to punish Cassie for the things she's doing, but who's punishing him for the things he's doing? I guess he's perfect, huh? I guess this man is perfect. You ended up with a man, got all this money that you wanted to, because you be with him because he got all this money and stuff. Now he's punishing you every day as if he's perfect, as if he can do no wrong. When really that's not what love is, man. Love, so that's what the Bible says, to love mercy, man. Like he would have mercy on you have mercy on one another. Because you know that, you yourself have done wrong. You yourself are working on yourself to do better in life. You've done terrible things. You understand? So you're not quick to judge and quick to hurt someone and punish someone. You understand that to his sisters, like, man explodes on you, right? Explodes on a irate type of tip, right? And mocks your pain. Because that's what was happening. He's mocking her pain, saying, "You need me. You need to be with me. You ain't gonna be nothing without me." That's what you're signing up for. You understand? Flexing and control. That's not mercy, man. You understand? That's danger. That's what that is. That's danger. Go ahead and read. To love mercy,
to walk humbly,
to walk what?
And to walk humbly.
Now, Diddy wasn't humble at all. We seen it. Again, he did wrong things to people. They came out against him for doing it, and he paid it off. He paid it. He made it go away with his money because Diddy doesn't walk humbly. He walks proudly. And what does it say? Walks humbly and what?
And to walk humbly with thy God.
Yeah, see, with the Most High. See, he didn't do that. He wasn't humble and he wasn't walking with the Most High. That's not what he was. These high value men that you love and revere, they're not walking humbly or with the Most High. They're not. They're walking proudly with their wealth. That's what they're doing. They're walking with their wealth. You understand? Not ones that he humble himself under the Most High and be able to say, you know what, I gotta change my life. I gotta turn from my evil ways. You know what I'm saying? I got to stop leaning on my own understanding and lean on the understanding of the Most High. You think that's what he did when he called T.D. Jakes, but what is T.D. Jakes teaching? You think he's a man of God? T.D. Jakes needs to humble himself too. He needs to humble himself as well. He's not walking with God either. He's not. And that's the illusion of this place. When you go join with the Christian church and you have this appearance of change and this appearance of righteousness. And really, you just went somewhere that's like a money laundering spot. You see what I'm saying? When you go over there and you turn your dirty money to clean money. That's all you're doing. Now that spot is a criminal spot too. Right? They may not have did the things to get the dirty money, but they're doing the crime of helping you to clean it, which is what? Hiding your crimes, hiding your sins, hiding the things that you're doing that are wrong. It's a cover-up. That's what it is. That's what the Christian church is. It's a money laundering place. You understand? When not only you can come in there and be able to pay your tithes and it buys them all of the things that they do and buy them whores and have them go to pay for their freak offs, but you can also come in here and be presented to the world as a son of God. You're a changed man, when we know that's not the case. And these men are not walking humbly or walking with the Most High. Instead, we see now what's happening publicly, and we see the shame. His kids are in there watching in shame. This is the type of example and things they had to see about their dad. Go ahead and drop that. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. You got to be very mindful of what you see today as, what it is. Because if you don't hearken to the Lord and to rest on him, then you're going to create a damaging life for yourself and your family, man. And just saying it doesn't do it enough justice, man. But you out there know the type of things that you've gone through. You know yourself what you've gone through. You know what you're going through. And you can feel the pain from those situations and those incidents to know the importance of why we need to lean on the Lord, man. To know why we need to lean on the Most High's word and just say, forget what we know. We don't know nothing. We don't have a clue what life is about. We don't have a clue what love is. We don't have a clue what high value is. We don't even know. We don't have one good thought about or truth about what happiness is. And then you will find yourself then. Now you will really find yourself. You understand? What does the scripture say? He who that findeth his life, or giveth his life, will also lose his life. He that saveth his life will also lose his life. Right? Because you think that you're doing something that's going to be good for you, but you don't know what's good for you. You don't know what's good for you. But he that loses his life for Christ's sake, he shall find his life. Because Christ knows what's good for you. He does. The Most High knows what's good for you. You don't. And you're just going to lose your life trying to save your life. Go ahead, give me what I asked for.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Go ahead.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
That the head of every man is what?
Is Christ.
Is Christ. Now, see, this is the part now where we start to eliminate some things, some people, some high value men, so-called high value men. You to be, according to here, in order for you to be a high value man, Christ has to be ahead of your life. Christ has to be the head of your life. How can you be high value, like I just brought out, if you're not living your life according to what Christ laid down? You're not. You're living life according to what you think is happening, what you think is good for you. You have no man over you. Remember, you don't answer to nobody. Well, in the Bible right now, it says Christ is the head of man. That's the order. That's the order right there. One high value man to another. The Most High and Christ makes us high value. They give us value. And a man without that has no value. He doesn't. He has no value. He's not under the order of Christ. He's on the order of Osiris, Hotep. He's under the order of Elijah Muhammad, Elijah, whoever these people is. Elijah Farrakhan Muhammad III. What they say? All that goofy stuff. That's who they're under the order of.
Like you, sir.
Go ahead.
He's under the order of YOLO.
You see what I'm saying? YOLO. You understand? To each his own. He's under the order of that. The dishonorable Elijah Muhammad. That's the one I want to see. He's under the order of the dishonorable Elijah Muhammad. And that's why their lives are destroyed. That's why they walk around with dresses on and beating their women in jail right now. That's it. That's it. Muslims in jail because they're under the order of Elijah, the dishonorable Elijah Muhammad, and not Christ. But here, when we're reading now, from one high value man, which is Christ, to another, which is the man that he rules over, that's how you become high value. All right. Like this is being established, that Christ is over the man and man is over the woman, because now you as a woman, you get a man who Christ is not talking about Caesar Borgia either. You ain't talking about the Christ that's in the Christian church. That's not Christ. That's not Christ. That's a white man from who was a son of the second Pope. You understand? Who was under the Roman Empire, a white Roman. That's who your Christ is in that Christian church. That's why P. Diddy, with that, like Yalawan just bought out, he walks around with a cross on his neck. Because the Christ that's ahead of his life is the Christ that T.D. Jakes teaches about. That's it. The Christ that T.D. Jakes teaches about. That Christ. And therefore, now he's the way he is. Now he's the diddler. He's the manipulator. He's the lust monster. He's the one that's beating up women. That's him. We're talking about Christ. We're talking about black Jesus in this Bible, man. A black man from the tribe of Judah, who we call Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's a real high value man. A black man. Put some respect on his name. You understand? Put some respect on his name. Because far too often we give too much credit to people to people who are not black. Far too much we give too much credit to people who are not righteous. Well, guess what? Christ, and we don't give credit to men either. Like the brother said, this is a feminine spirit, a feminine world we living in right now, ran by femininity. Well, Christ was an austere black man. And he was perfect too. He wasn't no super thug, no super predator, and all of that stuff that we are what is the titled as, identified as, called in this place because of people like P. Diddy. No, that's not how Christ was. Names and stuff that we're called and we're stereotyped as because of people like T.D. Jakes. No, that's not who Christ was like. Christ was an austere black man, and he was perfect. And you have him as your head, then you will be a high value man. And you, as a woman who vets a man by these things, you also will have a high value man. You will have a leader who will love you like Christ loved the church. It makes sense, doesn't it? Who will teach you the things that are right. You understand? Who will never let you down, always be there for you. You understand? Christ didn't. How many times did Christ say, know that we was a stiff-necked people? He knew we was a stiff-necked people. Look he raised a brother from the dead, and the nigga didn't even follow him. The nigga didn't even come and serve him. But did he turn his back on the people? No, he didn't, man. That's what the type of spirit that this type of man has, that he will do for his wife. He will love you. He will stick by you. He will be honest with you. He'll keep these laws for you. He's going to keep those laws for you. He's going to have discipline. You understand? He's not going to be overtaken by his flesh that wants to partake in evil things. That's not what he's going to do. He's going to be like Christ for you, and he will also die for you. Go ahead, drop that. Let me get boom, boom, boom. Let me get let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 24, and we're going to try to speed this up to get these scriptures out. That is a high value man, man. Christ is a high value man because of his discipline, his discipline to be able to avoid evil, to avoid temptation, which is one of the top things that us as a people fall victim to so much. Why? Because of our flesh, because of our insecurities, because of our miseducation. We fall victim to temptation all the time. They make us poor and then hold money over our head, right? They put you in a position where the most desirable people are wealthy people, and then they make you, they keep you poor. Now you verse Ecclesiasticus 10 and 24. Now the value that you now, in order for you to be able to get a woman, or for you to get a man, or however way you want to look at it, you got to be wealthy, because that's the standard now. That is what you call, you understand, a role reversal, man. That's manipulation. You understand? These things are why we got to be able to wake up from the sleep that we're in. Awake, awake, O Israel! Arise from our sleep. It's high time to wake up out of your sleep, man. That's right. Go ahead and read what you got.
This is in the Apocrypha. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Great men and judges.
How many? What kind of men?
Great men.
Great
and
men.
Judges.
Great men and judges. Now we talking about great men. It says and judges. What about great men with awards? He got honored by being put on magazine covers, TV appearances. Diddy was what you would call a great man. Judges who hold seats of power positions. Go ahead and read.
And potentates.
Go ahead.
Shall be honored.
Shall be honored. There it is, man. Like, they gonna be honored, brother. They gonna be honored. Diddy gonna be honored. He was honored. He was a great man. He was high value. You understand? The judges, the people that sit in the seat, the judge people and send them to jail and have authority over their life, that's a very high seat. That's a powerful position. That's a great position. You understand? These basketball, Michael Jordan, LeBron, all these up and coming superstars and athletes that are coming up now, better be the next superstars, the next great men, the next judges. They're honored, man. Go ahead and read.
Shall be honored.
Mm-hmm.
Yet is there none of them.
But yet, go ahead.
Is there none of them greater than he that feared the Lord?
And that's what it is, brothers. That's what it is, sisters. That don't make you great. You can have all the money in the world. You can have the most powerful seat, just like the Sadducees and the Pharisees, right? They didn't want people to believe on Christ because they didn't want to lose their seat in Rome. They said it themselves. If they cause them to believe on them, if everybody believe on them, then we'll lose our seat. That type of greatness, guess what? That means nothing. That is not greater than a man that feareth the Lord. Like, what sisters have to understand is the man who fears God, who lives by the laws of God and repents from his sins, meaning changes his ways. Actually changes, not just for 2 days, for 2 months. Talking about forever. Repentance. You understand? That type of man, he's going to be able to protect you, man. Really be able to protect the sister. You understand? Brothers, that's the type of man you have to be, or else you'll just be like Diddy. You understand? And that type of man that doesn't follow the laws and repents, and that if you're not looking for that type of man, but you're looking for a man that's more interested in protecting his worth and all his millions of dollars and his millionaire circle, his millionaire friend circle, he's looking to protect that. That's the man that's going to destroy you, man. You understand? He's the one that's going to destroy you. He all his greatness and all his power and all his authority, he's going to destroy you. Brothers and sisters, that man that sits in that place of authority, these preachers, these religious leaders, you understand? They don't fear this God here in this Bible. They're going to destroy you, man. Choose the man that fears God. Choose him. Right. Choose that man. Yeah, it may like what the scriptures say about this truth, that is bitter to your stomach. That's what it says. It's bitter to your stomach. Yeah, the truth hurts. It does. It does. But you'll respect that more than a man that's gonna manipulate you and tell you what you want to hear, only to destroy your mind and your body later. You're gonna appreciate it and respect it more. Read that again, brother.
Great men and judges and potentates shall be honored. Yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord.
Yeah, that's it, man. Take me to 1 Timothy 6:11. That type of man is of a high value man. That's what a high value man is. A man that fears God. He ain't never going to be brought up in no trial for no charges. He ain't never going to be brought up in no situation where he done beat some woman up. He done stole from out of some store. He done put on some robbery. He done molested some child. He done robbed somebody. You know, he ain't going to never be in that light because those things are against God. He ain't never going to be in those situations of criminal domestic violence because he would never do that. He would never hit a woman. He would never lie to you. Ain't never going to see him in nowhere being brought up on some charges by his woman because he's lying. He's a compulsive. No, because lying is against God. And a man that lies to a woman is giving his strength to a woman. And the Bible says, like we read, give not thy strength unto a woman. Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Be honest. You understand? Be honest, because that's what being high value is. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11. But thou, O man of God.
Thou, O man of God. Go ahead and read.
Flee these things.
Flee these things. You a man of God, you a high value man, then you should flee these things. Like Diddy chose to chase everything that Paul said to run from. Go ahead and read.
And follow after righteousness.
Go ahead.
Godliness. Faith. Love.
Yeah, see, Diddy didn't follow after none of those things. He didn't flee to those things. I mean, he fled those things, Salakia. He fled from those things. And he did not follow after righteousness. But he's not a man of God. And any woman that's looking for a high value man would steer far from a man like this. They would flee from a man like this. Read it again.
But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness,
go ahead.
Godliness, faith, love, patience.
That's right.
Meekness. Verse 12.
Hold it right there, brother. None of those things that we just named could we say Diddy is he did. Instead, Diddy he followed after his money. He followed after his fame. He followed after his status. He followed after sex, after control. And that's why he's in that situation. He didn't have righteousness to govern his life. He didn't have discipline to govern his flesh. He didn't have those things. And those are the things that the Bible is talking about right now. And he's saying that we should flee from those same things that the Most High that Paul just told a man of God to flee from. Flee these things. Flee from those things. Don't love money. You understand? Have power over your flesh. Don't get taken by fame and status, right? Don't go get caught up on trying to make a name for yourself. that type of person is going to, they cannot be a good anything for anybody. You understand what I'm saying? They can't be a good husband. They can't be a good brother. He can't be a good father. Look at Dwayne Wade. Look at him. A great man, a judge or man in high place, and his son is allowed to be a girl. Because he's not fleeing from that thing of what sexual deviancy and that homosexual lifestyle. He's not fleeing from those things. And he's also not following righteousness. And that's the type of person that you will end up with, and you'll be destroyed, man. Let me get this last couple scriptures. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 32:9. Matter of fact, give me Psalms 112. Yeah, let me get that. Let me end off with this one. Yes, sir. Psalms 112:1. All right. This is David. You understand? Showing us the real high value man. You understand? A real king. You understand? He's telling you right now what it means to be a high value man. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Psalms 112.
Go ahead.
Verse 1. Praise ye the Lord.
That's right, brother. Praise the Lord, man. Give the Lord glory. Give the Lord the glory, man. You forget me, forget him or her. We just filthy rags. Right? We just filthy rags. But the Lord, pray, blessed be the Lord. Pray to the light. What did it say? Go ahead, praise the Lord.
Praise ye the Lord.
Go ahead.
Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord.
That's right, brother. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord. Like, fear of God is what protects you, man. Not money. Money can't protect you. Diddy didn't fear no one. And now he's cursed because he's gonna have to sit in his jail possibly for the rest of his life. Because he didn't fear the Most High. He feared money. And he partnered with TD Jakes and everybody else that also fears money and fears all of those other things and couldn't give him the real truth, the real gospel. Instead, they just gave him what he wanted, like any other stinking, filthy Christian pastor would do. And that's why the Bible says, woe to the pastor to scatter my flock. Because Diddy could have been saved if TD Jakes was a real man of God. Right? But he come up in here, best believe he's going to be forced to change. He's going to be forced to, and then he can be blessed. Because a blessed man is one that feareth the Lord. Go ahead and read.
That delighted greatly in his commandments.
Right? That delighted greatly in his commandments. I love to do the things that the Lord told us to do. I feel safe doing it. I know that even though there might be things that are hard or that are hard to quench in my flesh, when it comes to your flesh, right? I know that in all, this is really what's going to protect me. This is really what's going to save my life. This is really what's going to keep me blessed. This is it. And I delight in it for that reason. Go ahead and read.
Verse 2. The works of the Lord are great, sought out of all of them that have pleasure therein.
Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Hold on. Did we get to the part? Salagi. Did we? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. His seed shall be mighty upon earth.
That's the one I'm looking for right there. His seed shall be mighty upon the earth. What is a seed? A righteous man produces a seed, right? That's what he calls sperm. And his sperm is his children. And he's going to produce children that are strong, that are wise. You understand? But when you brought out your call about what's happening now and reality in the households, it's going to be the opposite of that. You're going to build men and women who make wise decisions, make spiritual decisions, that rely on the wisdom of God and not on the wisdom of man. You understand? That rely on a direction from the Most High and not from the direction of their mama that tells them, you can eat pork or you should pick a man by his money or his credit. This type of man here that fears God, His children are going to be strong. His children are going to be wise. Any more on that? Go ahead.
The generation of the upright shall be blessed.
Shall be blessed. That's it on that? That's it, man. These generations are going to be blessed, man. We're going to stop these generational curses and start replicating generational blessings. Now your children are coming up and they don't have to have broken homes. They don't have to have trauma. They don't have to fight for their life every day and become a survivalist. They don't have to do that. They don't have to fight the people that they love because they've lost trust and their innocence was taken from them. You understand? They don't have to do that and go down a road of drug addictions and go down a road of alcoholism. They don't have to go down that road. These children, by a real man of God, a real high value man, are going to be blessed, man. They're going to be protected. And you sisters also that are married to this man are going to also be protected as well. You're going to be protected. With that, we're going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Yakal. Clap it up, everybody.
This is the Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra, which means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of First Fruits. Sunday, June 8, 2025, start before sundown. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 10 through 22. It's like it. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, scarf. This concludes the Isupk security announcements.
All right, everybody, imagine. Sorry, turn to face the east. We'll do the Lord's Prayer.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Haya, Shimka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Latanlanawa, Lakam, Kao, Yawam, Wasalak Nanawa, Kabwat Yanawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kapwat Yanawa, Wala, Tabaya Nawa, Panasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahataparat, La Walamyam, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Sorry. Do one courtesy salute for the brothers, men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Barakatham, Yad Matah. Sorry. We're going to do a courtesy salute for our sisters. Men of Israel, imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'ashim Yahushua Yat Yamata, class dismissed.